So yesterday I tried to flush out the black tank and I couldn't figure out the cap, um, which is silly, but I'm gonna show you. So I've never seen anything like this before, which is why I didn't understand it, but these are two separate pieces. I can't do it one-handed, but this part comes out and then the hose would go in there and you use this to tighten to the hose. So yeah. But while doing this and while running the water in there and all of that, water started coming out of other places. And it wasn't the cleanest of waters. And it went in underneath the sink in the bathroom area. And then it came in like this area, and then it was all wet down here. Thankfully it doesn't look like that got wet, but we're still gonna let it just completely dry out before anything gets used. Yeah, and then it was like down here leaking and stuff. So obviously it was backed up. I didn't even put that much water in there, so looked down at the bottom and it just had like this sludge and was like, you know, sorry, I probably shouldn't be trying to close the door while I'm making this, but I am. So this was just like full of like sludge, and like I tried to fill the gray water tank to help like flush it out, but it was just plugged. And I was like, dude. So I left it sitting. I can hold the camera, I swear. Left it sitting, and today came out. I had like an RV mechanic come out just in case, because I get paranoid about stuff. And it was, all the stuff had softened up and flowed out, and now the gray water tank is emptying fine, so that problem's fixed. But I still want to clean the tank out really well. So now I have to decide if I'm gonna like try like a service like Honey Bucket, or try the rinsing again and hope that it doesn't back up. I'm like, I really would prefer not to have more water go in there. And the mechanic was like, well, it was backed up, that's why it did that. I probably won't do that again. But I have trust issues, you know, I have trust issues. So yeah, but I wanted to show the knob because I am going to include the footage of me not understanding it, and I now understand it, and I was just being a ding dong. It was really hot and I've never seen one of those before, and so I was a little slow on the uptake. But now you know, so if you've never seen one of those, when you do see it, you'll be like, oh, okay, that's like two pieces. So I started trying to get things set up, and the cap for the black water flushing system won't come off. It just kind of turns, and it looks like there's a really old gasket broken and stuck in there. So I'm going to my car to get a tool, see if I can dig it out and see if that'll help. And it will be nice when I am set up in the RV and can just have my tools in the RV. Right now there isn't. I don't want to have them in there because the RV is going to be moved around, and I haven't had great experience with trusting people to not steal my tools. So until the RV is going to be stationary and ready for me, my tools stay in storage. You can see here that's a piece of the gasket. So I'm going to see if I can dig it out, but it turns fine. It just spins, it doesn't come off. So I'm currently sitting in my car just waiting until my son gets home from work so he can see if he can get the knob off, and then see if I can flush the system finally. I'm being stubborn because I want to feel like I can do something, get something done, since, you know, getting the RV and having so many things wrong with it right away. I mean, like, there's no DC power right now. I can't level it to put the slide outs out to start cleaning it. You know, it's been a bit of a cluster, and I just want to do like these little things because then I'll feel like I'm getting something done in the meantime while I'm waiting and working to fix the other stuff. You know, like I'm researching batteries, and my son said he'll help me put them in. I physically cannot lift the lead acid batteries, and I'm not, you know, like I can learn the electrical stuff, but I would prefer to have like help doing it. Like reprogramming the system, like the inverter, the controller, or whatever, I feel more confident doing that part of it than I would be like the physical, which is kind of funny because when I worked, my favorite jobs were all hardware based, like fixing computers and stuff, but I never did like the electrical. And also like trying to decide on what batteries to get for the solar, because right now there's a lead acid, they're like vented, and you gotta water them and all that, but they're dead. And I'm not a big fan of the smell of the off-gassing from them. I don't want that, like the RV smells like it. I don't want to live with that. So obviously not going to get those again. I can get the sealed ones. They have a shorter lifespan. But they're a lot cheaper than the lithium. But I have this whole like, it annoys me that you only get to use half of the amp hours. Like it seems really stupid to me. And I know that that's just the way the technology works, and it's just the cost, you know, or the benefit of paying less. It's the cost of paying less. It's not the benefit of paying less. But I'm kind of thinking maybe I should just start with the cheaper batteries, use those, you know, and then in a couple of years I can upgrade to the more expensive batteries, which will, by then hopefully the prices will have come down, because that's like rumored to happen. Yeah, because like I was looking at batteries, and like the battery size that I wanted, you know, like the 12 volt 400 amp hour lithium iron phosphate batteries are like $2,000. I found some for like 1,500, but that company hasn't been around for a long time, and that makes me nervous. Like I want to buy from a company that is established and offers like lengthy warranties and stuff. And like, is it worth it, like, to spend, if I wanted to get 4 of those, that's a lot of money, you know, plus like whatever hardware is going to be needed to make them work with that, versus just getting the same kind of battery. I can use the exact same hardware, spend, you know, a quarter of the cost. And yeah, it's not exactly what I wanted. I might not have as much of the amp hours as I wanted or whatever, but I have a lot of solar panels, so in theory I should be fine. And just work with what I got and then upgrade when I need to, or in the future when the prices come down, or whatever. I tend to like to just get the thing, do the research and get the thing, not do like stopgap stuff. But I'm thinking that like financially, because I'm living on credit cards, that I should just do the stopgap, you know. So that's my thought. That's the RV mechanic that came out was really nice and very informative, and he treated me like a person, and I have not been getting treated well by RV people, so that's really nice, and definitely gonna like hang on to him, because, you know, and when he gets a Google set up, I will give him good reviews. But yeah, he gave me a lot to think about. And I also just feel better knowing that there's somebody that knows how to do stuff that can help, because I'm learning. And so like I don't feel very confident, even though I know that I can learn and I can do the things. It just helps to know that there's someone to fall back on. Yeah, it's going to cost money to fall back on them, but people deserve money for the things they do, and I don't resent that. So, yeah. I am going to drive back to where I'm staying now, and I'm going to put the video together. And, yeah. I hope you enjoy watching me think my thoughts and be a ding-dong. Ding-dong.